How much money could I make if I started talking to corporations and perhaps went and spoke at these corporations for a certain amount of money? Shayna, how would I do that?
Absolutely. Well, I first want to say that there's actually 5 different opportunities. I call this the high 5 model. So these are the types of opportunities that are available for you as a podcast host if you do what it is that I'm getting ready to teach you, Adam. Corporate contracts, corporate sponsors, high paid speaking engagements, major media appearances, and traditional book deals, meaning they pay you to write the book, not you did it yourself, right?
Can we go over those slowly while I take notes so maybe the listener takes notes? I've got corporate contracts for number 1, corporate sponsors for number 2.
Yep.
What's number 3?
High paid speaking engagements.
Okay.
Number
and what's
4,
number 4?
major media appearances.
And you've been in on TV and stuff like that yourself. Okay. And number 5?
Lucrative book deals.
And you've written, I think, at least 1 book.
I've written 4, but all of them
4.
were self-published. I'm talking about when you have a publishing deal where they pay you in advance to write your book.
Okay.
Okay? So the very
This
first
is crazy. I hope that the listener gets a lot of value out of this.
Oh, they're
This is
about to listen. If money scares you, log off. If money excites you and you recognize it as a tool for greatness, I'm about to change your life. So the very first thing that you have to do, Adam, is you have to think about your area of expertise beyond your current industry and create what I call a transcendent brand. So think of a transcendent brand like an umbrella. So in your business Optimize, what it is that you're doing ultimately is you're helping people to optimize their health so that they can optimize their performance. Because when our health is optimized, we perform better at work, we perform better in our business, we perform better in our lives, whatever the thing is, right? Like, I'm not the expert, so I'm making some of this up. So when you think about what it is that you do in broader themes, so right now, you may only be focused on business owners. You may only be focused on moms. You may only be focused on a small niche of people. So when you create an umbrella brand or a transcendent brand, you want to think about your area of expertise in broader themes. Meaning that, like, let's just say, for example, if you only worked with moms in this way to help them lose weight, that's not going to give you the same level of mass market appeal if you focused on optimized leadership or, whatever you could name it that would fit your niche, right? When you do that, it makes you more scalable. So if you think about helping a mom to lose weight because they now understand their blood type or whatever it is that you do, that's specific, but working with leaders in order to optimize their performance as a result of optimizing their health is a much broader and scalable thing. So now you could go, I'm going to give you an example of how you could do all 5 of those things that we just talked about. Number 1, corporate contracts. If you went to name a corporation that's in your city where you live.
There's this big one that I wish that I could remember. Lockheed Martin.
Okay.
I think
Lockheed Martin is in the Dallas area as well. Okay. So you wanted to go into Lockheed Martin, and let's just say you are really committed to men's health. You know that men are eating like crap. They're not exercising. They're staying up all night, whatever it is that you know about men, right? And if you went to Lockheed Martin, and let's just say you were talking to the head of human resources, and you were having a conversation with her, let's just call her Sarah, and you said, Sarah, hey, my name is Adam. I own this company called Optimize. And what I know is that many of your male leaders, especially at the high executive level, could be performing in their role so much better if they were taking their health more seriously. Because here's what I know. And then you name off your 2 or 3, here's what you know statements about men that are performing at this level. I can actually help them perform better at work. This is going to be important to you because leaders at that level only have so long before they're going to be looking for the next gig. And you, as the organization, want to retain that type of talent. And Sarah's going to be going, yep, I got it. So then you can have a conversation with Sarah of how you can come in and work with, let's just call it 12 of their top performing men that are executives. And then you would go through whatever it is that you go through to teach them how to optimize their health to improve their performance. That's number one. You could easily get a $50,000, $75,000 contract doing that. Sponsorships. Let's say in your business as optimized that you had an annual event. Maybe there's a health fair, maybe there's blood work, whatever the things are. Instead of you bootstrapping and paying for that event yourself, like many of your listeners are doing, you could find a corporation that also wanted access to your audience or cared about what it is that you cared about because of the product or service that they offer. And now they will sponsor your event in order to have activation at your event, have access to your audience because you all also always have an email list, et cetera, et cetera. Now you haven't had to pay for your event because you've had corporations to sponsor your event. That's number two. Number three, a meeting planner may be having a huge conference that is coming to your area that is a good fit for you because now that you've marketed yourself beyond your small niche and you're marketing yourself is how leaders can optimize their performance by optimizing their health, they might pay you $25,000 to come in and do a keynote. That's number three. Number four, major media appearances. Now you can have the Today Show. Now you can have local news. Maybe it's National Men's Month if there's a thing, or maybe it's National Men's Health Month or whatever the theme is for the month or for the week. They will now bring you on and now look at how many people have eyeballs on what it is that you're doing because you're now in a major media outlet instead of my podcast, instead of some of the other things that you could do to market your business. Number five, lucrative book deals. If there is a book publisher that they care about getting books in the hands of more men and more men leaders, they may contact you, or even if they don't, if you go to them and say, hey, here's how it is that I help leaders, they will pay you to write that book because they know they're going to sell so many more of those books because you're appealing to a broader mass market audience than you would have been if you were only serving your business in the way that you are now.